I'm going to show you how to build one of these garden planters. It's a simple design, holds a lot of dirt, holds a lot of water. As you can see, this one specifically here is planted with popcorn. Yes, I overplanted it. I did that intentionally. I'm playing with the design and with the planting just a little bit. To build one of these planters, you're going to need 3 pallets of the same dimensions. You notice 2 of these pallets are pretty solid. This one here, this one here. Whereas this one has a split here that's pretty wide open. I do not want to use this one for the sides because of the split or the ends. This one here is going to be the sides, and this one here will be the ends. The first thing you're going to do when you want to build one of these pallets after you get the 3 pallets picked out is you're going to make the first cut. Now this pallet, the pallets I'm using, have 4 stringers. 1 here, 2 in the middle, 1 at the end. That allows me to do 2 cuts. I'll do 1 here and 1 here, the entire length of the pallet all the way down, and I'll end up with 2 sides. I have found with these pallets 18 inches is about right for me. So what I'm going to do is we'll cut this pallet 18 inches on the deck, another 18 inches on the deck from this point to here. And that'll give me the 2 sides. We'll attach from here down and here down to there. Be right back. As you can see, I've cut this pallet. It's not a perfect cut, but with what we're building, it doesn't have to be perfect. One note, I am using a circular saw. It's just an old Black & Decker, strong horsepower, and yet the blade is an old, beat up, barely sharp anymore. And this is a pretty strong little saw. But the reason I have a beat up blade is, if you look here, there's nails. Well, those nails sometimes are not actually anchored in anything, and your blade will hit them. See that sharp edge, real shiny? Blade chewed right through that. So when you're doing this, do not use a sharp circular, expensive. Get an old trash blade, something that cost you $5, whatever, because it's going to tear it up. As you can see, I've flipped over the pallet, and now the cross members are exposed, and I've marked out 18 inches from each side. You can see it as I look down, and each of those is going to be cut, and this pallet will be in 2 pieces for the sides. As you can see, I stood up the 2 sides after cutting them. They're not attached yet, they're just standing there. Now to cut out the ends. As you can see, I got the pallet down. It's just under 30 inches from this end to this end. Now I'm going to cut this out like I did for the sides, and they'll give me my 2 ends. Alright, here you can see the pallet pieces that I've cut stood up. They're not attached just yet. And what I'm going to be using is a 4-inch deck screw with a star bit on it. And I will attach each end and each side to the pallet underneath, and then I will connect the 2 ends to the 2 sides so that it is locked together. And then I will put the top cap up and around so it looks nice. As you can see, here's 1 screw here. There's a screw in the corner. The ends, they're screwed through, which is why you need such a long screw, into the stringers underneath. And then they are toe nailed at the top to hold it. And it is rock solid. As you can see here, the planter is built and it is basically done. I've put some caps on each of the pallets, the ends and the sides. They're held down with simply some shorter deck screws instead of the 4-inch. I believe these are 2.5, and they hold down each end, the middle and each end on the caps, and it applies a little bit of holding pressure so that the sides don't pull out. But it's capped down all the way around, and you could use it the way it is now. For my beds, I want them to hold not only a lot of dirt, but a reservoir of water in the bottom. To prolong the life of the pallets, which are heat treated instead of chemically treated, and to have a reservoir in the bottom, I've acquired these vinyl signs. These are the type that would be set up at trade shows, events, political signs, but it's just a flexible vinyl material that's waterproof, and I'll poke a hole about 6 inches up on each side to allow for drainage, and we'll fill this completely full of dirt. What this will do is allow a water reservoir at the very bottom of the soil that will hold a couple of gallons, so that during our hot summers we don't lose plants to just the intense heat of the sun drying out the beds, as is prone to happen with raised beds. But also it will keep weeds from invading through the sides of the beds or the bottom of the bed. As you can see with the finished bed, you get just over a 2-foot gap there. The soil actually goes halfway on the boards. But you get a 2-foot and 4-inch planting space in the width. And in the length here, you can see that it's just over 3.5 foot, but there's actually soil that goes all the way to here, so the roots can expand out. So I figure it's more than 12 square foot of growing space. So basically what happens is you get 3 pallets, 4 fence boards. They can be new or old, either way works. A handful of 2.5 screws, a handful of 4-inch screws to hold it down, and then a vinyl sign that you can scrounge for free, and a bunch of dirt either from your property, something you buy, or something you get from your city free. And you have a deep, weed resistant, animal resistant growing bed that also has a built-in reservoir in the bottom 6 inches or so. And it's deep enough you can grow any root vegetables, potatoes included, any vines, veggies, or herbs. And it's also comfortable enough that you can sit on these edges and garden anywhere inside there. All for the cost of just the screws, the effort to find the pallets, maybe the cost of the boards, and about an hour and a half worth of work to carefully put it together. Tools that I used were a circular saw, an electric drill, and a straight edge and a pencil. And that is it. You could do it with even less tools if you had to. Thanks for watching.